Hi, my name is Donna, and today I'm going to make a Mexican layered dip. Everyone has had a version of this, made a version of this, seen a version of this, from 4 to 8 layers, and there's no wrong thing to do with this, but this is my version, and let's get started. I have a clear pie plate. I like to use clear. I think it's nice to see the layers, and I've already spread a layer of refried beans on the bottom. You can use as much as you want. I like just plain refried beans. I don't like anything fancy in it. There's enough going on here. So to that, I will add a half jar of salsa. I'm using a medium salsa because I really don't know my audience, but if you like things really spicy, like our friend Jack here at How To Heroes, definitely go with the hot, but I think medium is pretty safe. Don't go with mild. It's just not even worth it. So a half bottle of this, pour it right on top. Mix it in well with the refried beans. This will loosen up the refried beans a little bit and make your chip go down easier to the bottom of the plate. Refried beans can sometimes be a little tough and they'll break your chip. And then just smooth it out to get ready for your next layer. Next, I'm going to do my vegetables. Some people like to put guacamole next, and I just don't think that's a good idea because that'll actually sink down into the beans and the salsa and just look really nasty. So I have a half a tomato that I've chopped. I'll just sprinkle that on top. I have about a handful, maybe about a tablespoon and a half of green onion, sliced. Then I have a combination of red and yellow sweet peppers, no green here. I think these are just much more beautiful and much more flavorful. And you sprinkle those on top. I've got a lot of beautiful colors going on here. The next layer will be the avocados. I've already cut mine so that you can see how you just kind of rotate them from side to side and they'll pop right open. Same here. I've already cut them around, just rock them and they open just like that. A lot of people like to take their knife and kind of pop out the seed. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm afraid to do it, which is why it doesn't pop out. So I just squeeze out the seed. Just squeeze it out. Okay. Once you remove the pit, just use a spoon. Scoop out the meat. These are beautiful. And I'm using 2 avocados, by the way, here. Two nice medium-sized ones. I don't like them small, and I don't like the really big ones. I find that I don't care how ripe they seem to get, they just, they're not very flavorful. And it looks like a lot, but once it gets mashed down, it won't look that way at all. All right, so with a fork, I'm just going to mash them up. To this, I'm going to add a little bit of mayonnaise. I find that mayonnaise will give it a more creamy texture and it makes it hold up better so it doesn't kind of sink into the mix. And one last thing to add to the avocado, I like to add a clove of garlic. You can add more or less. Just fine, it gives it a nice little kick. Just remember, you're not cooking it, it's going to be fresh, so it's going to have quite a bite to it. So if you know anybody that's not a big fan of raw garlic, you can leave it out, but no, don't leave it out. That's good. With a nice big spoon, it's best not to just try to plop it in the middle. It's best to just put scoops around and then try to bring it into the middle. Don't waste it. Avocados, not inexpensive. Okay, that looks good. Next I'm going to add some cilantro. I'm going to show you a little trick for cutting cilantro. First of all, wash it in a bowl. Stick it in a bowl and wash it, and keep dumping out the bowl until it doesn't feel gritty on the bottom. Don't just rinse it under the tap water. It just won't do it. It's got little nooks and crannies that sand can hide in. So I'm just going to take a handful. No real exact measurements in this whole thing. It's really what you like or what your audience likes. So I'm going to cut off the stems. And then roll them into a nice tight ball in my hand, as tight as I can. Just roll them up. Got a little bit of stems in there too. That's perfectly okay. Just roll them up tight, and that's going to make them easier to cut. They're going to pretty much stay in that consistency. And you just can chop them up. And go through them one more time. I think that gives them a pretty good consistency. Just sprinkle that on top. Some people like to put this on the top. Again, I don't like to put things on the very top, which is sour cream. I don't like the colors to bleed through the sour cream and the cheese topping. Don't think that makes for a very pretty topping. And a squeeze of lime over the top. Keep the avocados color brilliant and add some nice citrus flavor. Then for the top, I have sour cream. I have a pretty large container of sour cream here. Again, you can use whatever you want. I like a lot. And to this, I'm also going to add a little bit of mayonnaise, just maybe 1/4 teaspoon. For the same reason as the avocado, we'll just make it hold together better. It gives it a creamier consistency. Sour cream, once it gets to room temperature or even warms up, it'll get loose and runny and not pretty. So I put this on the same way I did the avocado. Just start at the sides. Just nice big blobs. Okay. Last but not least, I have cheddar cheese. People like Monterey Jack. They like a combination of the two. I like cheddar. I like the bite of cheddar. I like the pungency of cheddar, and I like shredded. Don't get the big chunks. It's not pretty, and it doesn't sit well on a cracker. And again, just sprinkle it on the top. If it goes everywhere, who cares? The dog will find it. Kind of like to cover all the sour cream if I can. It's not always that easy, but do the best you can. And last but not least, just have a little garnish on there. Serves no other purpose than just kind of to look cute. I have some sweet peppers. And serve with a nice combination of blue chips and these cute little, they're called tortilla chips, and they're just really, taco chips rather, and I just think they're really nice and adorable, and they'll go right down to the bottom of the dip. I hope you try it.